Hey, good morning, everybody. Coach Jen here. It's Saturday, and we have our third run weekend. Run workout for the week. As always, Tuesday's a little bit shorter, Thursday's a little bit longer, usually intervals, and on Saturday there's a little time trial or tempo work. So we got one more time trial for you. We're going to do some tempo stuff later. 2 miles. So we're going to cover 2 miles as fast as possible. That's what we mean by time trial. Go fast. And this is our third workout of 4th week. So of the 5K training program that we started on March, I believe it was the 16th, we're about halfway through, wrapping up halfway point. So a good indicator from this is looking at pace, looking at that mile pace and seeing, where are we at maybe time-wise, if we have a potential finish time in mind. And this is something to look at with what we did last week. So that was the 2 by 8 minutes. Are we hitting about the same pace, or are we going a little bit faster? So since there's no break here, what can we maintain? If we're not trying to train for a 5K and you just want to run, get outside and move. That's the idea of that run to run. Looking at, anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes. This is just something if you're new to running, you just want to move. Do some random pickups. So what I mean by that is go from tree to tree. Tree box, go from, a certain car, some sort of point, see it in the distance, sprint to that, and then jog it out. So again, if you're new to running, keep it kind of light here. If you're experienced running, you just want to get outside, double that. Hit about 30 minutes, and same idea, get some random pickups. A couple pointers on this. We're looking for a good warm-up with some drills. Focus on those ankles and hamstrings. I'll talk a little bit about that because we've been doing some pose running. Related to that is the relaxed shoulders, and there's something to think about. How much do you oscillate? Vertical oscillation when running. That's that up and down you might find. So that's what I want to kind of talk about this morning with that vertical oscillation. So get my sweet setup here. With the pose running, right? What we're talking about, there are those 3 things we want to think about with pose running. It's the pose. Right, so we're in our position here, pose, we're going to fall and then pull, right? That's that running motion. What tends to happen normally when people run is there's this push off, swing the leg through, lead with the heel, right? So there's like this braking motion when you stop. So we want to make sure our foot stays under our center mass here where we're running. Now, what I mean by vertical oscillation is having a point, so you can kind of see my door frame here. When I run, is this happening or is this happening, right? So we want to try and stay level as we're running, right? So if I'm here, this is moving and I'm not doing so much, sort of wave motion here. And that's something where the drills can help. We're working on this pulling motion, right? Getting some hopping here, getting that pull with the hamstring. That's when we want to warm that up, right? And then make sure that when we start running, it just comes from that fall, right? We're just falling and pulling versus sort of launching off the ground with that push, swing through, launching off the ground, push through. So if you have the ability to have a pinpoint, maybe videotape yourself running, right? And you can have a point where you follow the head, see how much you're going up and down around that, or are you able to stay fairly level when you run? Again, we want to focus on that pose, right? That pose, fall, pull when we run versus pushing off, swinging through, landing out in front. Now, with the pose running, some people might think I'm running on the ball of my foot, and that's false. We want to think of more of a mid-foot land. The heel needs to touch the ground still. When people think ball foot running, we're here. The heel needs to kiss the ground. So when you're doing drills, if you have a standing workplace, all right, just practice that. Just kind of come up on your toes, touch the ground, and get that motion. Maybe start doing a little pulling, right? Working on that pull to get those hamstrings warmed up. All right. One more time, let me show you what we got coming up. So this is our workout. Week 4, day 3, we got a 2-mile time trial. If you just want to get out to run, Hey, if you're new runner, go 12 to 15 minutes. If you're a little more experienced, go about 30 minutes, right? Random pickups, sprints, something like that. Make sure you always get a good warm up. Focus on those ankles, hamstrings, and keep your shoulders relaxed. Go ahead or make sure you post your times or your times to the spreadsheet. I'll get that updated. And please let me know if you have any questions about running, about the program, about stretching, injury prevention. And then coming up next week, we're going to have a little bit more detailed videos talking about pose and drills. I'll have a little bit bigger platform to do my videos. Have a good one, guys.